Fear is the enemy.
Tiger City Music Box.
Whatever it is that you're going for, man, go hard. And hold on, never give up. You gotta have that mentality, man. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up. And you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. And that's word to my mom, word to my pops, word to my little bro. They said make your mistakes, but don't make excuses on why you can't live and learn. On a couple occasions I damn near went broke, chasing this music thing. And I ran out of hope, I threw in the towel, said fuck the hole in the street. I kept on writing and touring. I picked up a job cause I knew it was important. The money I made, I would stash it away just to fund my recordings. And I didn't wanna stop cause I didn't know how. I would lay in my room by myself late at night and I finally figured it out. I just wanna be the best version of me, make all the music that I wanna make. I don't care what nobody gon' say. You miss all of the shots you don't take. And the answer is no, if you don't ask. If it gets hard, this too shall pass. God is my witness and he got the plan. He got the plan. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up. And you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. Yeah. Remember, man, you only in competition with yourself. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. Pleasure and pain. R.I.P. the greatest. 0824.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's going down? What is going down, y'all? It is another version of Circle Talk. Happy Tuesday, December 19th. We are getting really, really close to, the big day, Christmas right around the corner. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys share it out. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you guys continue to follow along as we continue the 23 days until Christmas marathon with today's guest. Oh my gosh. I've known this young lady for a little while, and we've had some amazing conversations. We've sat at the table a couple of times, played some dominoes, and I gave her some tips on that. And we've got out in the community and actually did some stuff with the kids out here in our community, which is always a good thing. So I'm really excited to bring in Miss Megan Clark and see what she's been up to since the last time we hung out. So make sure you guys continue to watch, like, share, and continue to support all these amazing people that continue to come on and change this community and the community surrounding. So first off, just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, iShotcha.com. Thank you so much for your continued support with everything that you have done to elevate this Circle Talk extravaganza. That's what I call it. Next, I want to go to Icon ENT. Thank you so much, Junior Thomas, for being a good friend to me and supporting me in everything that I do. The Chai Movement, the Chai Fashion, Zakia. Thank you, sister. We've known each other for a very, very long time, and you've always been a ride or die. So thank you for continuing to be a part of this. Last but not least, Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar. Mrs. Marquita Evans, thank you so much for being an amazing person in our community and the community surrounding. And I am so blessed to be a part of everything that you are doing. And I'm really excited to just get everybody energized and ready for tomorrow, too. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar for the 1 year anniversary. So please make sure you guys come out. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be on 52nd and South Tacoma Way celebrating the 1 year anniversary. And I will be doing Circle Talk there with the creators of Poetry with Intention. So that is tomorrow. But let's talk about today. I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest in for the evening, Miss Megan Clark. Let's go. I'm gonna do this real quick because you deserve one of these.
I like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
We're elevating. Last time you was here, it was just really simple. We met during the daytime, and honestly, like there wasn't a whole lot to what we were doing. I think it was Zoom, right? Back in the day, it was the Zoom thing.
I don't even know. I don't remember. I
Yeah.
think it might have been Zoom.
Yeah.
Now you're upgraded. Now
Well,
look at you.
I mean, you got to move with the times. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then you get left behind. That's what I heard.
This is true. This is very true.
So I'm, trying to get better each and every time I, get on screen. So yeah,
I love that though, because it keeps when you're relevant, it makes you make sure that you actually are able to reach the audience that you're going for. So
Absolutely.
the relevancy is so important. So I appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much for showing up. I know that it's been a little bit since the last time we talked. You've been busy, obviously, and I'm excited to just learn a little bit about how things have been going in your world. I know that 2023 for a lot of us has been like a roller coaster ride. But let's talk about you. How has your year been?
It's been beautiful. There's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of lessons. There's been a lot of really beautiful things.
Yeah.
I feel like 2023 really was a lot of seeds that were sowed that I got to see blossom.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times those seeds that were sowed, there was a lot of hardship
Yeah.
that went into those seeds. I mean, I think that 2023 showed a lot of us that sometimes seeds that we planted in places that weren't fruitful or didn't have the right type of soil,
Mhm.
it didn't mean that those seeds that were planted weren't planted with good intention.
Right.
But sometimes, man, you can plant those seeds and it's just not the right soil.
Right.
You could be a cactus and you're planted in a shade environment. Maybe you were supposed to be a fern,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, let's start here. We'll start at work. How has work been for you? Because I know that are you still working with the kids?
I'm still working with the kids.
Well, let's talk about it. How's everything been going with that?
It's been beautiful. This year has been a lot of there's been a lot that's been going on. I think that when it comes to our kids, we're seeing a lot of people that are trying to treat our children the way they've always treated children.
Mhm.
And our kids, just like what you said, to stay relevant, you in education, you got to be relevant.
Yes.
You don't have to be necessarily their flavor. You don't have to be like them,
Right.
but you have to be with the times. And if you're not with the times, if you're not, in a place where you can actually, like, when you're not having relationship, if it's not an authentic relationship and you're not growing with them,
Mhm.
bye.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's been beautiful. The work that I've done at Bernie, the connections that I have with those families, I know them, that we have relationship. I love them.
Right.
You
That's
know, it's a genuine, I mean, I'm going over to one of the family's houses on Christmas just to check in, just because,
mm,
grandma invited me over.
yeah.
She's like a mom to me. She's
Yeah.
one of my kids' grandmas, but she's making gumbo, and I'm gonna go over. I'm like, she's got a plate for me. So
Gumbo, huh?
it's relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
It's relationship, and that's the beautiful thing about Bernie and the staff that I work with. We might not always get along. We might not always understand where we're coming from.
Hmm.
But a lot of them really truly we love our kids. Like, we're all there, and that's what I can honestly say about, the work that we're all there for. So, my assistant principal, Brittany Proudman, I mean, she's a ride or die. Like, she's there. I've got a wonderful, I love my guy, Ronell, that runs the school.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got a good staff. We're
that's
very
pretty
fortunate.
good core staff too. That is always all. I'm sure all of you guys are focused on what's important, and that's making sure.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's about, we might not always agree on things,
Mhm.
but like, I've got a wonderful, I can't forget to mention him, Micah Banton. That's my guy. That's my Rida right there.
Nice.
So yeah, we
Absolutely.
got yeah, we got good people. But really, when it comes down to it, it's the relationships that we have with the families. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about relationships and your
Mm.
family. Let's start off. How's your mom doing? Let's talk about mom. How's mom been doing?
Oh, mama. She's doing great. She's doing great. She is in a place where she's talking about, when we talk about being planted. So I'm big. Gosh, I wish I could like take I love plants.
Yeah.
Like, so even the picture behind me. So I love plants, and
Mm.
just everywhere in my, it's almost crazy. Um, the other day, my Turner's uh, niece was over here, and
Yeah.
she was like, wow, you got so many plants. And I'm like, I do. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like a jungle in here. And I actually said to her, do you want one? Because what I've really been trying to understand, um, or what I've really been working on, is that when you have something that you love so much,
Mm.
you need to give it away.
Mm.
So when I said to her, "Do you want a plant?" I was literally like, "Ooh," because I want to have a part of me in some, I love that, to share that love. So
Mm.
my mom is, this is where we're going from being planted. She is in a place that she feels like she can be herself.
Mhm.
She is flourishing. She's beautiful. Every time I come there, my mom is, dressed to the nines. She's her authentic self, and it's really beautiful to see. You know, and don't get me wrong, my mom's still spicy.
Yeah, yeah.
She's still spicy. We had, so last week, or just like a couple days ago, I was over there, and so right now at the assisted living facility,
Mhm.
they have a door. In fact, I didn't even call her today. Dang it! What time
Mm,
is it?
mhm.
I
Yeah.
should have called my mama. So let me tell you. So they're doing, at the assisted living facility, they are. Oh, hey, Brandon. Um,
Be.
no, but at the assisted living facility, they're doing a door contest, right?
Mhm.
So my mom called me because we're very competitive in our household.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure that's
Well, yeah,
shocking,
yeah,
just knowing
yeah,
me in general. So my mom calls me, and she's like, Megan, they're doing, I didn't get first place in the Halloween contest.
yeah. Mhm.
So they're doing a door contest, and I need to get first place. And so immediately I'm like, what can I do?
Right.
I'm up at night. The other day I was literally up at night. Turner's like, this chick. I'm up at night thinking, how can I elevate my mom's door game, right?
Yeah.
So I go over there. It was like a couple weeks ago, or about a week or two ago, and we did this really killer door, but
Yeah.
we did it in Scotch tape. I told her, but we shouldn't use the Scotch tape, but it's okay. So then I had to go back over there. Right. Well, so I'm over there last night. We're doing the door, and we're like she's getting a little spicy with me.
Right.
And so I have to remind myself that I'm still me and she's still her, but I'm just we're versions, right? And so I had to remind myself that, okay, I'm telling her, it's like she's speaking to me and I'm thinking, man, is this how Gabby and I are going to be?
Mm.
So, but like I said, I totally got lost in the door thing, but it's been beautiful. Just watching her be able to be herself
Right.
and to be planted in a place where they appreciate her for who she is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Shout out to your moms,
Yeah. It's good to see that.
It's been a lot. I mean, it's been a few, 3-4 months. It's been a while since we talked. And I know back the last time we had a conversation that, you was working hard. Remember, you was in there digging, trying to clean out and make sure everything was taken care of inside the old place and all this and that. And like you was stressing out a lot about that.
It was a lot. It was a lot getting her moved. And she was in the hospital, and we weren't sure about, like, my brother had to come up. Like, it was my brothers and sister-in-law are in Costa Rica. Oh, and I'm gonna be an auntie.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. So my sister-in-law is just blossoming, and she's just gorgeous. And they have a retreat. You too can go to Costa Rica.
Oh,
if you want to check out, if you want to check out my brothers or my sister-in-laws, they have a retreat that they're offering people. And my sister-in-law has a beautiful voice. I think I've mentioned that before. Mm-hmm. She is a singer, and she was on the Denmark's version of, what is it called?
Voice?
Yeah.
The Voice. Okay.
And she's just, she's got an amazing voice. Nice. And my brother is an inflow guide. So they have combined their superpowers, and they're offering retreats now that nice. You too can come in and check out the beautiful things that they have discovered in Costa Rica. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like an amazing opportunity, because Lord knows I haven't really been very many places outside of the U.S. Obviously, I've been to Canada, but that's about it. I ain't been nowhere else outside of here. So we'll have to talk about that.
Right. So it's just they're doing it. I think it's in January, but it's pretty cool. Like, yeah. So I just a little plug.
Hey, there it is. Plug it in.
I'm like a squirrel. You gotta like nail me down with questions or something, because I will take over the whole dang thing, and I will be like,
this is your time. This is what you. We're here to talk to you, madame. So
okay, all right. Well,
so really quick before anybody that runs off, if you guys have any questions for Megan Clark, make sure you guys drop them in the comments. We are going to be plugging those questions in as they come through. We want to make sure that we are here. Costa Rica is calling. Somebody just said.
Costa Rica is calling. All right.
There it is.
I appreciate it. Okay.
Plugged. So let's talk about Gabby. How's she been doing?
Man, she is a beast. She is, I've been very blessed with Gabby. She, I literally set the tone early with her. Mm-hmm. And I was very intentional on the conversation. She used to drive her crazy. Even when she was little, like when she was little, we would watch shows, and I would say to her, man, Like we'd be watching that. What's that big headed kid with she loved him. What was his name?
It's like,
He's talked to himself. Rosie always talked to herself in third person. It was like what is that show? That it was the little white boy with the God, what was his name? Anyway, she loved this show. Little Einsteins was her jam, but then also
Okay.
this kid. I don't know. It used to drive me crazy because he used to talk to himself in third person. He'd be like, so and so. It was like a Canadian show. Anyway, when we would have conversations, like when something would happen, I would talk to her about it, and I would say, "Man, how do you think that other character felt?" Or that wasn't very nice. And so it was like I was, putting the groundwork in when she was little, because I remember an elder said to me a long time ago, if you put in the work while they're young, you won't have to you can literally, when they get to their teenage years, you can hit a stride. And not to say the teenage years are easy, because they're not. Like,
Absolutely.
I have conversations all the time. I'm like, Lord. Sometimes my baby says things, I'm just like, who are you? Like,
Right.
who is this version?
Yeah.
But she's a good kid. She's a good person. And I know that I have I've put in the work for her to be out in the world making choices
Yeah.
that are true to herself. And yeah, like she's a beautiful person. She's into flag football right now.
That's crazy.
He's doing
That's
flag
crazy.
football. He's into track. Man, shout out to Josh Gray. Man, she has found a love in track that has been really beautiful, and he fostered that.
Nice.
Josh is consistent, and he is the type of coach that, man, I want to cuss right now. I like, can I cuss?
I gotta say this, like,
I mess with Josh, so I'm not gonna cuss. I mess with Josh, like that's family right there. Like he's put in work. He and Tamar, they are good. They are good people, and that is one of the things that I have really been blessed with in my life. I'm surrounded by good people that pour into my child, and that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got a few people chiming in real quick, shout out to JD Davis.
Okay. Hey, JD.
Melody Hardesty.
Okay, Melody. Melody. We need to connect.
Yes.
I didn't get to connect with her.
Erica Johnson in the building. She just left a message. I'm gonna go ahead and post this one up here so you can kind of read it along with me.
This is Erica. Okay, I'm raising a teenager, 17, and he's been a student of the month 4 times in 2 years. Hey,
yeah,
I feel you. I'm just trying to raise a good human being. Man, Erica, I feel you.
That's what it's all about.
Raising that's the part, I mean, and I'm hard on Gabby when it comes to her grades. Like, and I wasn't that kid. And I think that for me, because I didn't try when it came to grades, I didn't see the value in them and how far they can take you. And it's not the grades. That's not the part.
Right.
It's navigating the system.
Right.
I want her to be good about navigating that system, because the system is a mess. The grades are a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Sure. So I want her to be able to navigate the system. And that's when she talks about teachers and, oh man, I had to be on this man because he wasn't great in this and he wasn't doing this. I'm like rooting. I'm just sitting back and I'm like, oh man, that's gotta be hard. Let me know if you want me to, how you want me to come in. And she's like, she knows when to release. Like, okay, mom, you can get him.
Yeah.
I love it because she is working hard. She's an A student.
Yeah.
And I see that in her, and I see the greatness that she is, and man, she's killing it.
And just a little sidebar, like I met her obviously at, the Teamworks, event
Yeah.
when I
You
showed
want
up
to shout out
there.
to Lynetta.
Yeah, shout out to Lynetta. She's out there watching. Shout out to you, doing amazing work. And
Right.
she just, I mean, she's an amazing kid, very
She really
mature
is.
for her age. I mean, she
She's a
was
gift.
really nice. And
She can talk to adults.
yes, yes,
That's important. She's
yeah,
got to be able to talk to people. You're going to come across everybody in the world, right?
right,
You
absolutely.
got
And
to be
she
able
was
to
like,
talk to them.
she stood up and said hello, and you know,
Yeah,
okay, well, hey, nice to meet you too.
I love
Gabby.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
amazing, amazing, amazing kid. So let's talk
my
about her going to the dance. How, I mean, I know because I seen the pictures. Obviously, we follow
man. It's
friends.
hard.
Like
It's
what,
hard.
how are
It's
you
hard.
feeling seeing her just grow up so fast? It seems like
Man, who are
how
you
does that
telling?
feel?
Literally, Rashi and I were just having this conversation. He
Yeah.
was like, "Man, this girl." I was like, "I know,"
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
she just all of a sudden was like, she's even more gorgeous and just this. She's, but like I said before, she knows her worth.
Mm.
She knows her value. So it's one of those things that it's for her.
Hmm.
She can be as bad as she wants to be. She can be as
Right.
beautiful as she wants to be. She can
Mm.
put herself out there. She can wear whatever she wants. And I mean, let me be clear.
You got to
Let,
back up.
let me be
Pump the
clear.
brakes a little bit.
Let me be clear. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
she knows her worth. And she does not, man, let me tell you, this girl knows exactly how to present herself in a way that is, look, this is for me. I'm doing this because I want to do this. I'm doing this because I feel beautiful, and that is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, she got asked to that dance that she was in, a lot of people were giving a lot of love on. Um, she was asked by multiple boys,
Yeah.
and she chose to go with her friends because she knew she was going to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many of us females can say that? Can
That-
say that we made that choice? You know what I'm saying? That we were just like, hey, we're going to go. Look, I'm going to go with my friends. Men do it all the time,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so it was beautiful. I was so proud of her when she was like, because she doesn't like to talk to me about boys.
Right.
She doesn't like to talk to me about boys.
Mm.
She is, ooh, that girl. She doesn't like to because she knows I'm a fierce mama bear. And
Yeah.
so for me, not just, you got to come right. And I'm really, and I've been really blessed in Turner. He is such a beautiful partner in
Yeah.
the way that he really can come beside me and just help me parent. It's beautiful
That's awesome.
because he is that boy is everybody's uncle. Like, he is such a fierce, he loves his kids. And
Yeah.
just looking at the way that he's that we got those community aunties
Hmm. Yep.
in the neighborhood that everybody loves Miss so and so.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
everybody loves Bubba's.
Yep.
When I got into that relationship, I'm telling you, I had relationships with some of the people prior to
Hmm.
being with Turner. I had relationships with some of these females out in the community, and they were treating me differently because
Yeah.
they're Bubba's. I had to now. I was no. It was different, and I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. But yeah,
Well,
so it's
that's
been really beautiful in those. Like I said, you got to hold me. You got to really like. Because I'll take the whole conversation. I have
You're
ADD
good.
like a mug, so I will be all over this. You gotta hold me
You're
back. You gotta
totally
hold me
good. You're good. You're good. We still here.
back.
Everybody's
Yeah,
still
I'm just
listening. Shout out to everybody that's still here. We still vibing. Man,
I'm my own vibe. I'm having a good time with myself.
now let's do this then. I'm gonna throw something out, and you just decipher it for us. So
Okay.
last time we was on, the words that we focused on was self-love.
Yes.
When you think about 2023 and how it's been, what is the one word that sticks out and stands out to you? And
One
why?
of the
One word.
love. Love. 2023 was hard, but there was a lot of love.
Hmm.
There was a lot of love. I saw love in the community. I felt love in my own, in just from a relationship standpoint,
Mhm.
you know, love.
And that's an amazing choice because like when we first talked the last time, you was going through, these questions about love and if it's
Right.
really happening or is this just,
Or maybe I was just going to be like, for me, it was kind of one of those things I thought maybe just, maybe I had so much love in my life
mhm.
that a significant other wasn't for me.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
And then,
Hmm.
you know, it's always when you kind of give up on that romantic love
Yeah.
that it really truly, like, you're gonna make me cry. I'm
I was like,
crying. I'm crying.
oh,
But it truly, like, when I it's so funny because you see people that are just like, hey, look, um, that really truly, what I did was I fell into my life, fell even deeper in love with my life,
mhm,
and I was satisfied.
mm,
And when I truly stopped looking for anything but truly than what I truly had,
mhm.
that is when I got the gift of Turner. I was given the gift that was already all there. Like, man, and let me tell you, I saw the gifts that I have every day in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. My community, man, like, I love, like, Tacoma is so good. Like, people talk so much shit about Tacoma.
Yeah.
Tacoma is so beautiful. We are we are authentic. We are ourselves, and it's a beautiful thing. We show up. Tacoma shows up. I mean, look at the true font. Like Marcus, man, I'm telling you, I hit him up just randomly,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, will you come out and read to these kids?"
Yeah.
He just came, all love, town love.
Absolutely.
Rashi Wortham,
Shout out
the
to my
Titans,
yes.
Turner, they all came. The team came out last year. I just spent the weekend out in Wenatchee with those boys.
Yeah.
When I tell you, there is nothing more beautiful than that team. When I say love, like, they are on the court and they're playing with each other. They love the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Seeing the love that those boys have for the game.
Mhm.
There's like, how can we not see love?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just really, like I told you, it's like a tangent. It just goes
No,
all
you're
different
good.
directions.
Good. I think that's an excellent answer because I mean it's true. Sometimes it's not necessarily Tacoma is a horrible place. It's just how you envision it. It's what
It's
you do
it's
with
life
it.
though.
It's how you live it. It's
It's
how you
life
choose to
though.
go about it.
Right. You
You
got
know.
Sean, you got Sean Revolution, shout out to his gym. He sowed the seeds every day. You think that you see those people that are enjoying their lives and that are doing big things,
Right.
and I've watched them work.
Hmm.
Sean was in that gym all hours, putting
Right.
in the work,
Absolutely.
grinding, and now he's living a beautiful life because he put the work in. It's just like his kids. Look at his kids. Beautiful. You think that the work that Turner does, that Gail does, you look at those people, Roxy, that have poured into the community. They have the positions that they have. Look at the Irvins, like
Hmm.
Farron Johnson, perfect example. All of these beautiful people that have poured into the town,
Hmm.
man, like
They
look,
probably heard all of the noise, but they decided to, brush it off and keep
but
pushing.
that's what I'm saying. It's perspective.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
think that that's the best thing about, like, you know, about life is it's perspective, and you can say what you want to say about Tacoma.
Absolutely.
But you have, we fiercely love Tacoma.
Yep.
Tawana is a perfect example of that.
Hmm.
Man,
Yep.
shout out to Tawana.
Absolutely.
Like I have so much respect for her. Like, she's put in the work, she's consistent. That's beautiful. That
Yes.
right there, she has shown resiliency, and that's hard because there is a lot, Tacoma, yeah. Tacoma can be hard on our people. We got Candace, we got beautiful people that are doing good work,
Hmm. Shout
you
out to
know.
Big Gate too. Gate.
Yeah. Shout out to Candace for really the work that she's done, you know, um, behind just trying to keep the guns out of our kids' hands. You know,
Absolutely. I remember probably 3.5, 4 years ago, they did, Tacoma ceasefire started up after, all those killings that happened
that's
that
what
year.
I'm saying. Like, we don't mess around. Tacoma doesn't mess around. Look, there might be some things that we don't like that are going on with our youth right now, but you know what happens is community.
Yep.
We are going to fiercely love our kids no matter what. Our babies are good kids. They're just sometimes they're not making good choices. Sometimes they're angry and they don't know where to put that anger. The world is an ugly place.
Right.
There's a lot of things that are going on, and they are looking at everything. Think about
That's
all the things that you weren't aware of when you were any age. We've got kids that are aware of everything.
technology.
It's right
It's
there.
internet.
Man, at 6 years old, I had no idea.
Right.
If my parents didn't have the news on, I had no idea. These kids are privy to so much, and they know that presidents are racist. They know that that these are going on. Like, they're very aware of things.
Hmm.
You know, they know that cops are killing people,
Right.
you know, but shout out to, like, you look at like the Tacoma cops, you look at there's the Manny Ellis case, which is a mess, but
Mm.
you have, you know, our current chief, shout out to him for doing the work to putting in, like, really wanting to understand where our people are coming from.
Right.
Like, where Tacoma, talk to me. Like, I appreciate that about him. You know, I appreciate, you know, but yeah, there's just, our kids have got so much going on in their heads,
Yeah.
you know?
We as parents, we have to, try and hone them in and remind them, like, everything
Yeah.
that you see isn't always glitter and gold. It's not all true.
Well, you gotta talk through it.
Yep.
Now it's not Caillou. That was that little kid's name. God, he hated Caillou. And Caillou and Rosie's upset. And I'm like, Rosie, you are you. You don't have to, it's like me going through life going, Megan's upset. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Like, but it's Caillou. But we're no longer having that conversation about what's on TV. We're having a conversation like those, like, how does that make you feel? Now we're talking kids through those emotions, because instead of sit down, shut up, deal with it,
Mhm.
we want to encourage them. Okay, so how does that make you feel? Anger is not a bad thing. How often has anyone said to you, David, it's okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay. I mean, if this makes you upset, now how do you work through that? How do you work through that? How do you say to yourself, yes, this person made you angry. So, and be on the other side of that, and it's okay to be angry with them. It's okay to be upset. I have conversations like that. I had conversations like that every day in my office. Kids, you know, they're out at the playground and so does something to them. And, you know, how often are kids conditioned to say that's okay? That's not okay.
Right.
When they come in my office and they say that's okay, I look at them and go, no, it's not. You don't, don't you look at, because it's not okay. Are you
Right.
still mad about it? Yeah. Okay, well then it's not okay. And this person over here, are they really apologizing? Are you really sorry? No, I'm not sorry. Okay, well then why are you apologizing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes the reason why you did something is because you feel a certain type of way. So
Yeah.
we gotta work through that. What
Mhm.
does that look like? Okay, I'm upset. I'm mad because last week you said something about my mom that it really made me upset. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. Okay, so now what do you say about your mom?
Right.
You know, I mean, you really got to break it down for kids. And you know, and then say to someone, you know, I had a real conversation with an adult.
Mhm.
You know, let me tell you about, why is it that when it comes to the N word, white people always want to say it? It is one of the
Yeah.
worst things that I literally am like, first of all, why does it offend you so much? Like, so I literally was, they were like, I don't understand why they can say it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that voice. Let me break it down. Why they can say it, but I can't. And I said, let me tell you, like, let me be very clear. You can come to me and you can tell me things about your mom and how ratchet she is and this and that about her. I
Mhm.
said, but somebody else talk about your mom, and you the first one to be like, you said what? Right. I said,
Right.
that's the word.
Mhm.
You don't get to say that because it is not your mama.
Right.
Okay. So at the end of the day, why would you even want to have that word in your mouth? So
Yeah,
point
that's
blank.
That is a deep, deep
Yeah.
conversation in itself because I
So
mean
I'm sorry. Like I told you, I
that
like
one is
I'm
that was tough. I mean, and we could go on and on and on and
I'm
on
telling you.
about it because it's something that I actually did a whole mental health day on that particular word, and
Right.
I had 5, 6 different people trying to, decipher their reasonings for to say it, reasons not to say it, and it's just a big old ball of confusion. And for me, my take on it is it's not in my vocabulary. It's
Right. But really at the end of
even
the day, like why like for me it just blows my mind why people get so caught up in things. It's like,
well, the problem is that there's so many songs that are on the radio that are in our schools and on the internet that say the word constantly, and then you want to sell these songs and these CDs with the N word splashed all through them, and then you're gonna tell someone of a different descent than yourself, that's someone that's not black, that they can't say something even though you're the one that's proclaiming that this is what
but
your
David, they're
rhymes are all
speaking their
about.
truth. But they're
It's
speaking their truth.
yeah,
I
but
get where you're coming from,
is it is
but
it
music isn't the true
is it
version,
something that they
isn't.
learned? Is it learned behavior?
I understand where you're coming from. You're coming from, like, I'm telling you that when somebody makes music,
Hmm.
when somebody creates, we love musicians
Hmm.
because they're creative,
Yeah,
right? And they're speaking their truth,
right.
right? They're not
I mean,
speaking it for you. They're not speaking it for you. They're not speaking it for anybody else. And
mhm,
if they are, then they're not truly they're not, it's like basketball,
mhm,
right?
yeah,
The reason why that it's so beautiful to watch players on the court is because they love the game of basketball. When they
mhm,
start playing basketball for somebody else, that's when you're like, stop, don't do it, right?
mhm,
When teachers are in the classroom and they're doing it for summers off and they're not truly there for their kids and the community that they serve, stop. And the musicians, I say the same dang thing.
yeah.
One of the most beautiful musicians right now, what is this gentleman's name? Man, he is doing it like Nipsey, like he is doing it like Nipsey, like he took a page out of his book. He
Mm.
took a page out of his book, but he doesn't. The beautiful thing about him is he's doing it his own way. God, I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy is phenomenal. He gives
So
love.
you don't think the N word is a derogatory word in any way, shape, or form?
When it is used as a weapon, yes. When it is used as love,
Hmm,
no. I
interesting.
think the N word in the hands of people that weaponize it, hell yes. It's a terrible word.
But the sad thing about that is that those same people that are saying the N word in love will get mad at somebody and say the N word and hate at the same
Because
time.
it's not your mama. David is not this, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's one of those words, like, so perfect example.
Hmm.
In the Hawaiian culture,
Yeah.
aloha can mean hello, goodbye. It can mean a lot of different things.
Okay.
Aloha,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a word in English, in our English language, we love the shit out of like using a word
Hmm.
for like 35 different reasons, right?
Yeah.
30 different. That's why people that come into our country and have to learn English are like, yo, this It could mean like we take a word and it could
4 or
mean
5
hat,
different
or
things.
you know what I'm saying? Like 5 different things. And so they're like so confused,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I look at things as the love.
Mm.
Like if you come from everything, if you look at things from the most basic version of themselves,
Mhm.
and you just come from a lens of love, even angry people. I heard some kids that were screaming at each other. They were beating the hell out of somebody the other day. They were sitting there and they're angry and they're like, you know, like I could hear them there. They're screaming at each other. They're like big old fight outside.
Mhm.
And all I could hear was frustration, confusion. They were angry, and they weren't angry at the person they were fighting. They weren't angry at each other,
Mm.
but they have nowhere else to like. I was looking at that boy. Hold on. Let me I've got to give him some love, because I'm telling you, he is genius. And he is doing it like what is his name? I absolutely adore him. And he's doing his own thing with his music, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. He gives love to people. But if you look at everything from a lens of love,
Mhm.
you see people. It doesn't have to be, if you just look at people through a lens of love, you see people. And I'm
Yeah.
not, and you know what, let me be very clear. I'm not just walking around with hearts, you know, like, oh, you know, rose-colored glasses and shit like that. I'm not that person,
But
right?
you do got rose-colored glasses, don't you?
You know, when it comes to kids, hell yes.
Yes.
Because they are a lot of times victims of circumstance. Okay. So
Mhm.
when it comes to people, why don't we love people the way that we love kids?
I love everybody,
But
and
you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
a given.
why don't we look at people? We are, that is one thing I will say to our current really educated and smart, beautiful generation. This new generation is so beautiful because they accept each other. You know who struggles with that?
Hmm.
Our generation.
Hmm.
I think our generation struggles with that. We need to be
Yeah.
better about accepting each other. It's okay. It's okay for, you know, we want to compartmentalize people.
Mhm.
You cannot be a strong black man
Mhm.
and wear a skirt. You cannot be a proud, you know, this or that and in this. Like, look at the trouble that they're giving that young man. That, what is his name? I think he's a basketball player. He just wears whatever the hell he wants. He reminds me of the Dennis. He's like Dennis Rodman. He's just like, fuck it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna wear whatever I want. And people are like, how can you be a beast on the court or do this or that? Because we're multifaceted, beautiful being. You know,
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want
Absolutely.
within a certain reason, right?
Yep.
I
For sure.
was talking to Turner the other day and I said, you know, one of the biggest problems that I have with, and I love them. I've got some conservative people in my life that I love. But one of the biggest problems that I have with conservative people is you never hear a person that's liberal say, it really bothers me. It really boils my blood how somebody else is living.
Hmm.
Nobody ever, no, you don't hear that,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean, you do. Like, let me give you, but conservative people are so bothered by people that have nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how often Are you, how often do you see a drag queen in your life? How often do you?
Never. Not often.
Not often. But you're so bothered that they want to use the same bathroom. You know, I mean, there's so many things that bother people.
Hmm.
And it's like, why does that bother you? You have to look at you. I think that that's the biggest thing with people is when something bothers you, I would encourage people to look at themselves. Why does it bother? Be curious about it and don't judge yourself, but be curious about it. Why does that bother me? Why does that bother me? Is there something about myself or my experience in life that has given me the whatever mapping or whatever thought process is, and why that bothers me that person out there living their life,
Hmm.
not
Yep.
harming anyone, not doing anything wrong. Why does that bother me? I'm curious about that.
Right.
And so if you look at things through a lens of love and you're curious about your emotions and you're curious about why things bother you, all of a sudden the world is no longer a scary place, but now I'm curious. Why are these feelings coming up inside of me? Where is that coming from? If you look at things, so one of the biggest things, every morning, I have the blessing, the most beautiful, amazing part of my day
Yeah.
is every morning at Bernie Elementary, I get to walk with kids on the walking school bus. And it's so funny and it's kind of humorous to me because one of my favorite characters to always dress up for the kids is Miss Frizzle because I'm Miss Frizzle, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm the perfect version of Miss Frizzle. So one of the best things that I have is that character. Well, now I do the walking school bus with the kids, and it's like my own magic school bus, right?
Yeah.
And one of the best things about this is that I get to walk with them every day, right? We
Right.
walk to school together. We talk about things. I've got beautiful relationships with these kids, and we
Mhm.
just talk about basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when I get to school, we're welcomed. Kids run up and they hug each other and they high five each other, and they're so pumped about being at school,
Yeah.
right? People think that I consume massive amounts of cups of coffee in the morning. I don't, not a drop. That is my caffeine. They are
Yes. Yes.
so jazzed to see each other, to
Hmm.
welcome themselves. Like they're pumped to be there, right?
Right.
So that is a beautiful blessing for me. But one of the things that we talk about, so I get to walk these kids to school every day
Hmm.
on the walking school bus. We get to school. I
Yeah.
get to welcome them in and listen to my language. I get to,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
How often do we use that language when it comes to kids? I get to. I get to greet them. I get to speak in front of them. Every morning I get to welcome our students to Bernie Elementary. I get to speak to them. Character trait of the month last month was humility.
Hmm.
That was a really hard word for me to really be able to talk about it. What does it mean to be humble? So I actually Googled that shit because I was like, how to talk to, so I got on, Dr. Google or, whatever they call it, make it on there. And I'm like, how to talk to elementary school kids about humility. beautiful thing came up. My baby's calling me right now. I'm gonna just hold on for just a quick second.
So we're gonna get to this question here really quick, Erica.
Hey, I'm on the podcast right now.
Okay, enjoy. I'm almost heading home.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Should have
Sorry,
told him I
I can't.
said what's up.
I can't. I can't. I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to him.
All
So
right.
there's a question. I'm
Yes,
excited.
I'm gonna go ahead and slide this question in. I know.
All right.
We've been on for an hour. This has been like,
Golly, have we?
yeah, quick, fast. I mean, you're doing a great job sharing.
God, I love it.
What is a person? What's the child saying? Oh, and you strictly don't want to share.
Victim of sexual assault and don't want to share the bathroom. They don't have the same parts that you're assigned with at birth. I get that, Erica. I understand. So that is your story, right? So I think what it comes down to for me is it's no longer about this other person.
Mm-hmm.
It's about some things that have happened in your life, right?
Yeah.
So I think if somebody has been a victim of assault and they don't want to share the bathroom with somebody who has different parts and they, not the same parts, that's very understandable. But that's a choice, right? So now you have a choice. If you don't want to share the bathroom with somebody that doesn't have the same parts, that is your choice. So you have a choice to go to a different bathroom or use one of those bathrooms that is just strictly where you can close the door and it's just your, I mean, I have never been in a female bathroom where I don't have the ability to lock myself into a stall.
Right.
I've never been in one. Men, you guys whip your stuff out and like be peeing in, I mean, look. But I've never met anyone, honestly, that has been transgender or that has wanted to be like on display like that. So I feel like as much as I do understand it's all about choice. So I understand if somebody's been a victim of sexual assault, I understand not wanting to share a bathroom with somebody else. So you have a choice to use a different bathroom, right?
Or
a lot of times, many of the bathrooms that we like at work, there's one bathroom for the staff. And I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. Sometimes I wish that the men would use a different bathroom. I'm not going to lie to you. There's times where I wish there was a male bathroom because, I mean, does the seat, like, why can't you put the seat? It's just a common courtesy, right?
Right.
That is a struggle. Your mama has raised you better. Put the dang seat down. I can't tell you. There's been so many times. But really, I mean, not even playing around though, that we all have choices. It's not about the other person. We have a choice. And it's understandable the reason why you choose those things. But we have a choice about how we move through the world. And so as somebody that has had that happen to them, that you don't want to be in a position like that you don't want to put yourself in that position. Mm-hmm. So honor yourself, right? It's important to honor yourself. Absolutely. But it's also really important to think about what that looks like to not put on another person, right?
Right. We
all need to do the work. Can you imagine if we all just dealt with our own, like we talk about mental health check. Mm-hmm. Let's check in with ourselves.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many things we could, man, I'm telling you right now, We could deal with so many beautiful, like we could deal with so much
Mm-hmm.
in the world if we just sat down and dealt with our own stuff first, then came to the table. Like, we always I saw this podcast the other day. God, it was so beautiful. And it's this woman that talks about masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, how are you able to talk about masculinity, like toxic masculinity? How are you able to talk about it? Like, what, you seriously? And she said, absolutely. Just like you're able to tell people, like, because it was a Black man that was asking her this, like, how are you able to? And she said, just like as you're able to tell white people about themselves,
Right.
we are able to just look at the other person and see them so. Oh, I don't know where I think something died here. I think my you know what? My computer was like, shh, stop. Sorry. That's the system. You see that? They're trying to, but literally, she said, you are able to see beyond, like somebody's able to see you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're able to see the other person and how it makes other people feel. So I'm able to talk about toxic masculinity because I've been oppressed by it.
Right.
So as the oppressor, when you're the oppressor, it's really hard for you because you got all the excuses and all the things in your head of why you're doing what you're doing. So it's really hard for you to see because you're doing it out of this, and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the oppressed are the best person to tell you about yourself.
True.
Because they're the ones that are experiencing, it
Going
doesn't matter why you're doing it,
They're in there.
they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
They are you can have all these beautiful rhetorics of this is the reason why I'm doing this. And it's because of trauma, or it's because this is how it's always been, or this or that. But at the end of the day, you're the one in power. You're
Right.
the one doing it to someone else. You're the one in control. So you don't get to tell yourself, you can never tell yourself about yourself. Somebody else, oh, they can tell you about yourself. You just have to listen.
Absolutely.
Are you ready to listen?
It's interesting, but it's true.
That's why I love being an educator, because kids tell you about yourself. Ooh, they tell you about yourself. The ugly, the good, the bad.
Yeah. Erica, that was a great question, by the way.
I loved it. I love it. And we should challenge ourselves more often. Why do I feel that way? Why? I love that, Erica. I think that we should have those honest conversations.
Absolutely.
Vulnerability is something out of love. Like when I talked about humility. So literally, I'm Googling how to talk to kids about humility, right? And one of the best things that I loved that I saw was a quote, and it said, a humble person. Oh God, I loved it. It was a humble person. It was oh God, I'm gonna have to look it up because it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful because I said it to the kids. You see, it's seeing less of yourself. Like it's not to see. Here's what it was. It wasn't that you see less of yourself. I don't know. But it basically wasn't like a humble person doesn't say, oh, I'm not the baddest, I'm not this or that. Doesn't have a confidence issue.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily always got to be about you.
Absolutely.
I take up a lot of space. I'm a very big personality.
Yes.
So there's my favorite thing that was ever really, I forget who I got it from, but, and I say this to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
is be Michelle. So I have to tell myself in board meetings, in conversations and everything, sometimes you're not going to be Beyonce. Sometimes you're going to be Michelle. And it's okay because Michelle is a beautiful, vibrant, lovely person. We respect Michelle. We love Michelle,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But
Yeah.
sometimes in the room, let Beyonce sing. Girl, sit down.
Yep. Facts. Speak on
Right?
it. Absolutely. So this is what we're gonna do.
All right, David.
We had all these things that we wanted to talk about,
It's
but I
just I've
knew
been
we
reviewing.
already knew we weren't gonna get into them because
I went and like, you gotta just like, there's so many different directions.
no, we absolutely love your passion about your community, your
Everything,
town,
I could just speak
kids,
all day.
love. I mean, when you go in, you go in. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
The
And I
first
love
time we
it.
did this, we talked about plants for about 25 minutes, and I was like, I ain't
I'm
got a plant.
sure.
I ain't got
It's
a plant in
serious.
my house, but I'm learning about plants right now. But
Look, and I mean, if you, like I said, if you want to let me know, I'm gonna give you, like, that's my thing.
yes,
When somebody, like, how often we need to do that more often,
absolutely, absolutely.
right?
So,
So tell me what.
really quick. I mean, we're
Okay.
gonna. There's a couple things that I want to, get out before we get done, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here, still following along with us. If you guys
Man,
do have
if
any
you're
other
following
questions,
along,
yeah,
whew.
they're still here. If you guys have any questions, I know she can go, but if you guys have any questions,
Okay.
please drop them in the comment box. I
Right.
really appreciate you. I mean, I wasn't sure if you were gonna bring it all or if you were just gonna give me a little bit, but you definitely brought it. And yes, I feel you. I feel you the whole time. Speaking the truth, and we
I
need to
think
hear
that's
it.
important. We need to
We
speak
need to
our
hear it.
truth.
Yeah, we
We
need to
need
hear
to,
that.
we need to, we need to be very honest and curious about each other.
So do you? Megs always brings it. William said, "You always bring it."
Yeah. Will knows.
Yes. So I
That's my
want to try
guy.
this real quick because I think this is something that I wanted you to talk about a little bit too. So you don't have to go all the way in, but give us a little bit, okay?
Okay. Ooh. It's
Just
hard for me
just
not
a
to go
little,
all the way in.
just a little
Okay.
bit,
A
okay?
little bit. All right.
Let's see. We're gonna try this. See if it works. If it
Okay.
doesn't, then we won't mess around with it.
You just have to,
Bring it back.
you have to be like, Megs, ooh.
Yeah. No. I think you know what I'm gonna
Okay.
show. So let's see if it works though, because last time
Okay.
it didn't work. Let's see if it works. Here we go.
Let's see.
Tap in, y'all. If you guys have anything you want to say, here we go. Let's get it.
Oh, here we go.
The face. I love it.
Look, we just talked about this. The kids, integrity.
But let's not. I just want to show a little bit. I'm not going to show the whole thing. I just wanted you guys to get a little taste of it. So we're going to bring it back in. But talk
Okay.
to me about health, your health. Why? I mean, because for me, obviously, we haven't known each other a long time, but you have really been working hard on, your health. What has changed that you have started to focus even more on just being healthy? What is it?
I would love to be, let me just keep it 1000%.
Absolutely.
My health, it's a struggle just like everybody else, right? I literally so it's so funny that we were talking about this. I literally just texted Tawana last night and I said, I'm coming to Pilates. I had this whole conversation
Yeah.
with myself on the text that I eventually sent to her. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm coming to Pilates. You're so inspiring every day. You show up, you do your thing, you're there, you're inspiring others to come be a part of it. I'm going to do it. And then I was like, ooh, I was like, when are you going next? I knew she was going. I knew she was going today.
Yeah.
I'm sending this to her last night. And I said, I know you. Okay, when are you going next? Ooh, you're probably going tomorrow. That's too soon, but I'm going to get you the next day. And she said, yes, I'm there. These are the hours. These are the
Gave you the
times.
whole setup.
I knew that she was there, right? I knew that she was
Mhm.
going to do it. So, and then I was like, and I said, I'm going to be there. So literally, one of the best things that I'm reading Atomic Habits
Mhm.
right now, James Clear. And one of the most beautiful things that he says in his book is he says, it's little things. It's the little things that you do, but the most important thing that you do is you need to say, instead of saying, this week I'm going to work out twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to work out 2 times this week. And the universe goes, great. Who cares?
Right.
So if you say to yourself, I'm going to work out 2 times, you just said something great. The universe high-fived you, dapped you, whatever works for you. But then that's all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm going to work out 2 times. I need an accountability partner. So I reached out and said, friend, I see you every day at People's Pilates doing your thing. You're inspiring me. So I'm going to go. So tomorrow, my accountability is, hey, I'm going to go. This is the time. I'm going to be there at 6 a.m. And I know that I'm going to be there on Wednesday at 6 a.m. That's my accountability. And then on Thursday, I'm going to do the, you have to be very specific with yourself. Treat yourself like you're making a date with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need an accountability partner, do that. That's the best way to prioritize. And there's going to be days, weeks that you're going to fail, but every day you need to wake up and say, okay, self, how am I going to love on myself today?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. My friend, Arvin Mosley, Fab Five, wake up. What are the 5 things you're going to do? What's your hit list? Where's your hit list? Okay, so 5 things you're going to do today. That's powerful, right?
Absolutely.
Wake up. Facts. Elijah, man, he's the trainer. Perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those things. So it's not that we don't have greatness inside of us. We all have greatness inside of us.
Absolutely.
It's choices that you make it's the little choices that you make every day to be healthier. One of the best things that I took away from that, I'm in the middle of reading this Atomic Habits. I mean, how many times do we say to ourselves, well, I should read that book? Just read it. Just do it. One of the things that I love is he said one of his friends lost 100 pounds and she didn't go on like any crazy diet or do anything. She literally started to say to herself, is that what a healthy person would do? Every choice that she made. Would a healthy person eat that? No. I'm going to do that. What would a healthy person do? Would a healthy person grab those nutty bars? Nope. And so you just start talking about it and you are that person. How many times do we say, I'm trying to eat healthy? I'm trying to, no, so we're at a bar and somebody says, hey, you want to pack a cigarette or you don't want to go smoke with me? There's 2 types of answers. No, I'm trying to quit. You're telling yourself, no, thank you. I'm trying to quit. Well, that person's eventually going to smoke that cigarette because they're trying. They're not the other person says, no, thank you. I don't smoke.
Facts.
Right? It doesn't matter if you smoked yesterday. It doesn't matter if you are, you just say, no, thank you, I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
Simple.
And then you're telling yourself and you're telling someone else what your truth is. The truth is the way that we speak about ourselves is what is the little habits that change us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So every day, if we say, and I'm not any different than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that are doing amazing things, right?
Yep.
I'm just very blessed that I have supportive, beautiful friends, like I said, that have, Louis Davis,
Mm-hmm.
we a mess. We both, he'd be like, look, this is what happened. And I'm like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
And we'll make, but the beautiful thing about others that hold us accountable is we say, hey, look, man, like just Louis hit me up today and said, because I wasn't able to go earlier.
Yeah.
And he hit me up and a little bit later and said, look, fam, I'm in the gym, this and these other days. So when can we connect again? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's building people around you that are doing what you want to do.
Right.
My news feed doesn't depress me. Do you know why my Facebook news feed doesn't depress me? It's because I only look at the shit I want to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I only am thrilled by the people. And if I don't want to look at it, I stop looking. And Facebook gets my algorithm. I don't argue with anybody on Facebook. They're my choir. I only see what I want to see. If I don't like what you're preaching, I'm not going to give you any attention. And that is how we change. That's how we change the world.
Yes.
Don't give it any attention. I say to kids all the time. Kids will come up to me and be like, so-and-so said I was ugly. I look at them and I go, well, are you ugly? And they look at me and they're like, no.
Yep.
I said, okay, then what the hell? Why are you people paying any mind? Well, anything
Right.
they say to you, if it's not facts, fuck them. Who cares? They can say what they want. That really, at the end of the day, are you a butthole? Are you ugly? Are you this? Are you that? No. Then why are you even paying them any mind? They're just haters. Anything that you surround yourself with is what you're going to be. If you surround yourself with people that are constantly naysayers and this or that, you have only yourself to blame.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You are your own, like if you can't build, like if you can't be a ray of sunshine, like what is it? Maya Angelou, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. She's one of my heroes. And she says, be a sunshine, be a ray of sunshine, or be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Or whatever I forget. I'm no good with stuff like that. I'm not good with stuff like that. I always, be a ray of motherfucking sunshine. All I care about is but at the end of the day, if somebody shows you their ugliness, you just look at them and you just love them, right? But you also love yourself enough to know that you can love them and then you can release them.
Yeah, love them from afar.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. But look at them from love, man. Why do you got to hate them for it? You don't have to hate them. People can do the things that they do, and you don't have to understand them, because like when holiday help is a good example. People are like, well, how do you know that they need the holiday help? I am not wasting my time with that. If somebody comes to me and says, I'm hungry, I'm going to feed them. If somebody comes to me and says, my babies don't have holiday stuff, I'm gonna give it to them.
Right.
I don't care how much. I had this one particular family that has done, man, it has just been a struggle.
Mhm.
But I still help them. And I
Absolutely.
still do what I need to do. Because at the end of the day, karma is gonna do what the good, what the universe, what the good Lord is gonna like. I'm
Yeah.
not here to do that. And
Mm.
as soon as we as humanity figure out that is not our place, just let it go, man. How much
Absolutely.
stuff could we do? How much beautiful, like, let's just, why do we have to hold each other accountable?
Right.
Why are we so caught up in that? Why don't we just know it's like anything else? It's unwanted behavior. Don't give it any attention. That's easy.
Hmm.
I'm not going to give it any attention. I don't want you to do that. So I'm going to stop giving you attention. When
True.
my dog starts to, when we're playing together and he starts getting really loud with his barking, I stop giving him attention. I stop and I walk away. It's unwanted behavior. It's unwanted behavior. So why can't we do that? I
Mm.
don't like that when you do that. So
Right.
I'm not, immediately my demeanor changes. What if we just did that?
Absolutely. Facts. I don't like a barking dog.
But I'm
Any
just saying in general, just like behavior, just like
keep it together.
down.
We can have fun, but you know, keep it together.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right?
Hmm. So this is what I'm gonna do because
All right.
we've been going. I mean,
Have we been going? Golly. I
it's been like
love
an hour
I
and 26 minutes.
an hour and 26 minutes. I love talking. I could talk all day long. Let's
Going.
solve all the world problems. Let's do it.
We're gonna do this real quick because I did want you to at least answer some questions for me this year. For everybody that is watching, I decided to create this thing called the Circle Talk Awards,
Oh
and
yeah. Okay.
so I picked a few different things that or people that I think deserve flowers this year, and I've sent the list out to Megan.
Yeah.
And Megan was nice enough to actually fill out the list. And, I appreciate that because there is a few people, some of y'all that might be watching that got that list that have not filled it out yet. So y'all
I
need to
love
get on
it.
that and send it to me
I'm an
ASAP.
educator. Of course I fill out
ASAP.
the list. I
ASAP.
got opinions.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
about that life.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick one of these and I'm just gonna have you give your answer and why you chose this particular person. Is that cool?
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right. So Circle Talk Awards, we're gonna go with I'm not gonna do trainer because we got a lot of trainers on right now, and I'm not trying to,
I love my trainers. I love them.
I love
love
all
them.
of them too.
I do.
Elijah Baker, we used to run track back in high school.
Man, and you know
Cool.
what? It's all
Yeah.
positive. You see those people? It's all positive. Joshua Gray, that's my dog, man. Like tomorrow,
Sean
like
Peterson, he's
right.
my
Sean
guy.
Peterson. I mean, like they're
Lewis,
beautiful.
L Dog, I mean, me and Lewis actually packed up.
Come on now.
I mean, all of them guys are amazing people. So shout out to all of you guys that doing amazing work. So let's talk about the creator of the year.
Creator of the year.
You wrote Foster's Creative.
Foster's Creative, yes.
Okay, why don't you give us a little, breakdown on why you chose Foster's Creative as the creator of the year?
10 of us. That project is beautiful. Like they brought together some of the best people.
Mhm.
They brought together all of so many great people. And that 10 of us project is about we're all an equal sum. And I love the fact that 253 is that's exactly what we are.
Mm-hmm.
10 of us. Like it's like we're all here. Christian Page is one of my most favorite poets. He is my, and I'm talking greats. I love me some poetry. Poetry is one of that's why I love rap. It's because it's poetry.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about Foster's Creative is that they bring people together and share their stories. That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Because it gives us an understanding of each other. It gives us an understanding of the humanity in us all. And that's so beautiful. It really is beautiful. And that's and being able to tell the stories of all of these beautiful people that are here, and they're coming together for one beautiful cause. Like, I love that. Like, when your jam is to see the light in others and to lift that light up, man, hell yeah, I mess with you.
Right.
And so I've seen Foster Creative, I've seen them do that, and multiple projects, and that's dope. That's like, and you don't see enough of the love that's given behind the lens. Like, like when you see, just for example, when you see a dope t-shirt, or you see, you don't think, man, you're like, yo, nice t-shirt. And you say to them, that's a nice t-shirt. And they're like, thanks. They didn't do anything except for buy it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go, well, the t-shirt man created it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's give love to who really, thank you.
Yeah.
MLK, thank you, t-shirt man. Like,
yeah,
you don't. And so I wanted to give them love, because I think that Creator of the Year really goes to those of us, not only that just did you lifting everybody else's story. So I think that's the 10 of us is the dopest thing I've seen in a really long time. Like, so incredible, because it was so many different walks of life, so many different people, it was ageless. It was, everybody fucks with it. And I love that. That's one of the things that I love about Etc.
Yeah.
Everybody, don't matter if you're 40, doesn't matter if you're 75, doesn't, we're not there. I'm not their target market.
Right.
But we all mess with them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that. So, and Foster's Creative, they're highlighting the beautiful things that are going on in Tacoma, and I'm with it. I mess with it so hard. And so for me, that was super dope. Like, I love it. So that's why it was easy. That list was easy.
It's pretty easy.
It was easy. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were certain ones I was like,
There was a couple
like
of them you didn't answer.
So,
but
I love Truly Unruly. That's
great podcast.
Marcus. What is it?
Said it's a great podcast.
Marcus and Jennifer, they be talking about. I love it. But I love Auntie Season.
Right.
I love, podcasts. It was, I was like, oh, but for the most part, there are people doing really great things in Tacoma, and it's just like, who do you want to highlight it? What day or what, we're just blessed.
Yes.
We're blessed.
We are. Yes, we are. So let's talk about one last thing, and then we're going to go ahead and close up shop really quick. Thank you guys for continuing to be here. I appreciate all of you.
Appreciate you guys.
If you like what you're hearing, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up. Make sure you guys
share.
Let people know we're going to be here until the 24th of December, which we're going to do the Circle Talk Awards on the 24th of December. You
Yes,
can
and
figure
shout out
exactly
to you, David.
who the winners are in each of these categories. It's going to be a really exciting time. So continue to follow along. We're going to be going every day. I've been doing this every day since the 1st of December. Yes, it's 23 days of Christmas marathon. That's what it is. So I always end my sessions with people, my conversations with people with the same question. I may have even asked it to you last time, and I'm going to ask it again. So when it all is said and done, what is the one thing you want people to remember about Megan Clark?
Love. I want you to remember that if I've not, like, just love yourself, love other people. You know, if you look at it from a lens of love, that's all, you know, I mean, that. I want you to know that Megan Clark loves her community. I love people. I've always been very blessed to have community. When I didn't have community, community had me.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, I mean, and Megs loves the kids. Like, they're our future. I'm like Trick Daddy. Rick loves the kids. Meg loves the kids. So, you know, I mean, that's what I want you to know. I mean, and if you need anything, holler at me.
Absolutely.
I'm a maverick when it comes to figuring out people and what people want, people need. You know, like, I can connect you. Like, that's my skill set.
Absolutely.
You know, so if you need something, holler at me. You know, I mean,
there it is.
If I don't got it, I'm gonna find a way to get it for you.
There it is. You're hearing it here. You're hearing it here first. So really quick, thank you so much, Megan, for spending some time with me. You know, I know it's getting late and you probably got to get up bright and early.
I don't.
Even if you don't, I do. So
sorry for you.
No, we good. But really quick, guys, make sure you guys follow along tomorrow. We're gonna actually be at Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar.
I need to get to one of those.
You got to come. I'm telling you, it is going to change your life.
Caution, I know.
If you like poetry, if you like poets, if you like that, you got to come check it out. One time, I promise you guys will not be disappointed. Tomorrow's going to be an amazing event because I'm going to actually sit down with the creators and do an interview with them before the actual event gets started. There's going to be food, there's going to be refreshments. Everybody's going to be in formal gear. It's a 1-year anniversary, so they're doing it really, really big. So if you aren't busy, come through tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be at Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar on 52nd and South Tacoma Way. Come through. Okay. I promise
you know what?
Do so. And if you can't be there, hey, it's all good. You guys can follow us along. Hit the share button. Subscribe. You can watch it because I'll be live showing it all, tomorrow night. So don't miss it. Either way, don't miss it. And then if you have to miss it, then you can rewatch it by subscribing to my channel.
So here's what you need to do, people. Let me give it a little bit. Let me. The Titans are playing at home tomorrow.
The Titans?
So at the TCC Titans. So you come to the game at 5, get the game in, support our boys, and then once you do that, then you roll over to the juice bar. Intentions. And get your poetry on. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm down.
I promise you, you guys.
That's what we're gonna talk about. When he gets here, I'm gonna say, let's go to Intentions tomorrow after the game.
I'm telling you, it's free too. It don't cost you a dime to go and check it out. There are so many amazing,
some dope things. I love that support that she's doing for the community, and the juice is good too.
Major work. She's an amazing asset to our community, along with so many people that we have watched come and be a part of this podcast.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with us. We are going to conclude our session. But thank you guys. We will
Yes.
see you next time. Have a blessed evening. Take
Thank
care.
you for having us.
Thank you.
Through thick and thin, the ups and downs, you always been around.